I'm Nancy, and I'm your friendly PM coach. In my experience helping product leaders ace their product sense interviews at L6 levels and above, I've noticed that most candidates stick with 2x thinking, which is linearly improving a product. And one of my superpowers is helping product leaders with 10x thinking that can exponentially improve a product. And this clip that you're about to see is in one of our community roundtables where the community member was doing a mock interview on how to improve YouTube. Like most candidates, this particular product leader was focusing on making video consumption better. And I shared a framework on this call that talks about the product market expansion grid that could help you with 10x thinking. Keep watching to learn how you could develop your own 10x thinking and stand out in your next L6 and above PM interview in big tech. What make you stand out in this type of case study is to separate between 2x something versus 10x something. And typically, if we use this type of structure where you go through persona and then pain points, and then maybe you set a goal based on where the company is at, this will lead you down a path toward 2x, which is incremental improvement. It would not lead you down a path where you would then come up with a solution that is 10x. But if you want to stand out, I would highly recommend that we use a slightly different approach that will lead you down a path of 10xing something. The framework that I like is called Market Product Expansion Grid. On the y-axis, you have the market, and then on the x-axis, you have product. So existing versus new market versus existing product and new product. The 10x category is new product going into new market, and that is called the diversification strategy. Typically, if we want incremental value, you're either doing market penetration, just going deeper into your existing market, or product development strategy. So typically in a product sense interview, you're doing the product development strategy. So basically, if we stay in these three quadrants, we're improving the product on an incremental value. But if you introduce new product into a new market, that is diversification strategy, and that is where we could 10x the company. So in terms of 10x thinking, we don't want to stick with people consuming videos. If you zoom out for a second and you recognize that people spend time on YouTube on their free time. This is not something that they do for school. It's not something we do for work. It's something we do in our free time. And our free time is already very limited. Most of the time is spent at school or at work. So when you're just thinking about people using a particular tool in their free time, you're basically competing with all the other things that people do in their free time. So what are people doing in their free time? They're eating, they're sleeping, and then they're entertaining themselves. So now we have to think about, how do people entertain themselves? They can entertain by watching videos. They can entertain by going on social media. They can entertain themselves by listening to podcasts or reading a book or hanging out with people in person, going out in-person events, or let's say amusement parks, right? So these are the broad categories of how people would spend free time. YouTube is competing with all of these things that people are doing on their free time. So if you want to think about 10x, this is the direction that you have to go to then open more doors for YouTube that are beyond video consumption. So now that you have this viewpoint, you could then decide, okay, can YouTube help me with eating? Can YouTube help me with sleeping? Can YouTube help me hang out with my friends? Can YouTube help me read books? Can YouTube help me do these other things? Now you have more solutions to more ideas. Imagine Disneyland, right? For example, they started off by making cartoons, but now they have amusement parks. Why can't YouTube do that? Right? We can have a YouTube amusement park that celebrates the most famous influencers, Mr. Beast, right, on YouTube. That is another revenue stream that you can consider, right? So these are just ideas and tools that you can use that will really help you with your 10x thinking. That's basically my advice for you to go down this 10x path. What do you think?
This is really very on point. Thank you. I really love the two-pronged feedback, Nancy. Thank you so much. I do agree that I think that for this kind of a thinking, the two by quadrant framework is going to be really good at just liberating.
Yep.
That's really good feedback. Thank you.
Great. And there you have it. That's how you could use the product market expansion grid to help develop your 10x thinking and showcase your creativity and leadership in your next product sense interview targeting L6 and above. Do you want to come to our next community roundtable? Click in the link below to join. Please like this video and subscribe. I will see you in the next roundtable and also in the next video. Take care.